Welcome to the Warframe Weapon Encyclopedia, where today we're checking out the Gorgon. You can get the blueprint for the Gorgon as a drop from any heavy gunner that wields the Gorgon, and they are very common. You're gonna get tens if not hundreds of these as you're playing through the game. And it's a pretty cheap weapon to build. All you're gonna need is 25,000 credits, 5 Morphics, 5,000 Ferrite, 6,000 Salvage, and 1,000 Circuits. The Gorgon is a Mastery Rank 3 fully automatic primary rifle that does primarily impact damage with a little bit of puncture and slash on the side. It is not terribly accurate, but it's not that bad. It has a 90 round magazine with decent fire rate, a 4.2 second reload, which is not great, and it sports a 17% crit chance, a 1.5 times screen multiplier, and a 9% status chance. The Gorgon also comes with a bit of a spool up, so as you start firing it, you will start at about 20% fire rate and it gradually ramps up to full fire rate with the first 9 or 10 shots. This does get better with fire rate though, so if you're really not a big fan of the spool up, just add some fire rate and it's gonna be fine. Now, since you can get this weapon very early on, let's check out a basic build first, which is gonna be something like this. I wouldn't really bother with status when you're first getting the weapon together, so just throw on some crit with point strike, a little bit of reload with fast hands, and then just some damage with Stormbringer, infected clip, serration, and split chamber. This is gonna give you more than enough damage to cruise through the early stages of the star chart, and it actually doesn't feel half bad there. But if for whatever reason you want to squeeze a little bit more out of your Gorgon, this is the build I would recommend instead, where we go hybrid with corrosive and heat. Now, you might be thinking about internal bleeding here, but it's not really worth it. Number one, the status chance is too low for that, and number two, the fire rate is actually too high to get double benefit from internal bleeding. So it's much better to stick to corrosive and heat with critical delay and vital sense, or point strike and vital sense, though I personally much prefer critical delay here. This is mainly because it makes you reload the weapon less often, which is a good thing on a weapon that has such a long reload. Now, with this setup, you can easily push the weapon up to level 50, though once you do get up to level 40 or 50, Eximus units are gonna become a bit of a problem. But that's kind of to be expected with a freebie weapon like this. This is a weapon for new players that are just making their way through the star chart, so they have something cool to play around with. And you know what? For what it is, the Gorgon isn't actually too bad. So I would absolutely recommend you give the Gorgon a shot if you're a newer player and you're just making your way through the star chart. Build it, max it out, get the mastery from it, and just try it out. See if this is the kind of weapon you would like. Because believe it or not, we have two other versions of the Gorgon. We have the Prisma Gorgon and the Gorgon Wraith, which are better than the standard Gorgon in pretty much every way. So if you do end up liking the standard Gorgon, you can later, once you get a bit more established in the game, get either the Prisma Gorgon or the Gorgon Wraith, which can actually do pretty decent damage, especially if you have a Riven for them, because all three Gorgons have pretty high Riven disposition. So their Rivens are not half bad. But anyway, as I've said already, this is a new player weapon and it's great at being that, but if you're not a new player, there's not really a reason for you to pick this up outside of the mastery points. And I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.